Oh, okay, cool. Well, we're ready to roll here. We're going to do another recipe, which is the ranch, creamy ranch. So I take the coconut yogurt, which I had right here, coconut yogurt, and put that in there. What I'm going to do a little twist, something I've never done, today. I'm going to add some avocado, because I've never done that before. I want to see how that works out. So I'm just going to add a little bit of extra coconut water here to the coconut yogurt so that when I add the avocado, it doesn't get too thick, because those avocados really thicken things up quite a bit. That should be, I'll try that first. What I'll do is try a half an avocado first, but I want to make sure there's enough for everyone. So I'm going to go with the whole avocado, as a matter of fact, because that way that we won't run out for everyone has still got the munchies. It's different when there's less people.
I feel a lot better. That was a good snack.
Yeah, you gotta have a snack.
Sugar is stabilizing.
But see, everyone gets so energized from this kind of food that then when you want to pay attention and sit still for the rest of the class, it's like, You don't want to get up and go because it's all alive. It's the living food. It's not the food that's got the bog. You're like, oh, I'm at the restaurant. Let's go home and take a nap. It's like, I just ate raw foods. I'm going to go out to the beach and go play because I'm alive. Because everything is activated and living and fresh. So this avocado's got a little bit of funkiness. That's why I got them for $1 a piece. But you just cut off the funk and you're right back in it to win it. Cool. Take that. Got to get that out of my way. And I'll be right back in 1 second. So you take the coconut almond yogurt, and then you take the avocado, and then I've got a little bit of sea salt. And then I'm going to add 1 clove of garlic. Cool. 1.5. I got some savory blend here from the pharmacy, just to give it a little extra island love. And then the main ingredient here is the dill. That's what makes it so creamy, smooth, and fresh. Makes it so fresh. So let's see. Maybe I don't think I put enough salt. A little bit more salt. And then I'll blend it. Easy as Now we got it. That's all it takes, and then I need a volunteer to try the dressing. Here you go, right there, Tiny. What do you think? Is it right?
I mean, yeah, it's really good. Okay,
well then there we go. So that's it. Now we can have our little salad and call it good. So I'll end the video series here. So why don't I just end the video series here? I had a great time today. And for those of you who I call my viewers, I haven't said one single thing about why I had to take the last 6 months off, or why I'll probably take the next 6 months off. Because you can't explain yourself to the world. You just have to do what you got to do. Because you don't even know. You're just listening. It's only when we listen. You know what I mean? It's only when we listen that we're going to find our answer. We can get some ideas from church, We can get some ideas from YouTube videos. We can get some ideas from our guru or the Bible. We can get ideas from nature. But until we just stop and listen and ask our own deepest self, instead of relying on this, which could be potentially programmed with this information. I mean, what's the software that got put in? You know? That's all that is. That's all just software. What if the software is fallacious? What if half the software is truth and half the software is falsehood? The whole system is going to be out of balance. There's going to be this swaying back and forth, you know, of this dualistic pole. But when you take the time to just stop and really listen, there is infinite wisdom inside of each and every one of us. And your answers will be different than mine. Out of that infinite field is all the knowledge that you need. The mind is just a hard drive. But the spirit of life it contains all the knowledge of truth. So that's what I've been doing lately, is just learning to listen. Instead of listening to this and going by this and all the programming, I'm learning to listen to like what that deepest, if it's subtle, you know, that voice, right? That voice that's going to guide you to your highest and best. Your highest and best. Not what your grandma thinks, not what your teacher thinks, not what your dad thinks, not what your best friend thinks, not what society thinks for sure. Because they're not going to let you go, you know? This society is not going to let us fly. But you came here to fly. Everybody came here to fly. Everybody came here to shine. Everybody, and I think I did that in my own way today. And you can see how some people are going to dig it and some people are not. Some people are really going to love what we did here today. Most of you, I think, would fall into that category. It was just fun. Vast majority aren't going to give a crap at all. Like, who is this guy? Is this recipes? It doesn't even tell us the recipes and nothing. And then some people are not going to like me at all. They're going to hate some of the things that I said. But can we let that stop us from getting up here and doing our show? We're here to do our little part. So I know what it's like to struggle with being authentic. I know what it's like to be afraid of what will they think of me. That's like the huge question. And I think all of us ask ourselves that to one degree or another. What will they think of me? And so we end up choking ourselves off and boxing ourselves in and trying to make everyone happy. But there's a way to truly be yourself and respectful towards all other beliefs, all other religions, all other diets. And just tapping into love and letting your mind just be simplified, you know. Because at the end of the day, what happens is, at least in this experience, was that, you know, I had all this fun stuff and I had all these facts and figures, but what do I really know at the end of the day? I mean, I used to call it divine stupidity, but in order to make that a little bit more of a positive thing, I just call it maybe divine ignorance. This guy over here says one thing and he's got the scientific data and the life experience. And this person over here says the exact opposite thing and he's got the scientific data and he's got the life experience. And they're both saying completely opposite things. You know? And you look at them both and God, he's a really smart guy and he spent 45 years studying this. And this guy over here, he's spent 37 years studying it. And he's saying this and he's saying that. And so to let your opinions and to become so overly emotionalized is going to take you out of being able to just be present with people and love them for who they are, and to be humble and to learn from everyone. You know, I've been learning from everyone on both sides of the whole dietary thing, which really isn't my thing. I mean, I do my thing and I can explain what that is someday maybe. But I just wanted to connect. I can't really do that right here because I can really connect with the YouTube when I'm by myself in a place, you know, where the field isn't really being affected by these other incredibly brilliant people who are just holding the field, and their field is affecting mine. And then, you know, so for me to really, you know, like, I just have always loved connecting with the people on YouTube. And here's the thing, I've thought about this for 6 months. The only thing I ever wanted was for people to like me. That was it. I finally figured that out. Was it all about the money? Was it all about being right? I just wanted people to like me. And when I started on the YouTube, I was just this innocent little guy with a camera, and people liked me. But then, trying to get everybody to like you, then you start losing yourself. And if you lose yourself, you lose everything. Then you get to a point, as if you do anything and it's going to grow, some people are going to love you. Most people aren't going to care too much or bother too much. That's the vast majority. And some people are just going to hate you, no matter what you do. If you shine their shoes and gave them $1,000, they'd still find a reason to hate you. But that's more about who they are. I'm going to continue to adhere to that, just love everyone, because if I'm not loving someone, I'm disloving that part about them that's actually still inside of me, and it's unresolved. Because we're all capable of the most heinous things, and we're all capable of the most beautiful, wonderful, life transformative things. You know, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back to YouTube, but it was these people here that held this space, and I think I'm not going to watch these videos, because if I watch them, they're not getting posted, because I went on autopilot and I just became myself for the last 4 hours. And if I be myself, then there's just like, when it's just you and me on the camera, I can say every little politically correct thing and get 97% of the people to like me. But I kind of forgot that the camera was even there, and I just was myself today, and that's what came through, and that's what I want to come through. And that's what I want to transmit to everyone, is that you're up and down, you're all over, you're a human being, you're not perfect, but that you are perfect. You're a little crazy, you have a good day, you have a bad day, you screw up, you do something great, you help the old lady across the street, you cut the old lady off in traffic. I mean, you know, you do a lot of different things, and you can't spend your whole life just judging yourself. Because I've already did that, and I ended up just frozen. And I would get up here on YouTube, and it was just miserable for years. Because it did become my job. It did become my income. I was representing these companies and things. And you know how it is when you go to make your money, you know, we're all caught in it, but yet no one can accept that the other dude, you know, like you're supposed to flip burgers or something, or be a mechanic, and that's the only legitimate thing. If you do something crazy like this, like, how the hell did this happen? I got lucky, because I had no plan. It just went like a wildfire before I was even ready. 7 years on YouTube, I wasn't ready. I'm still not ready. But I'm willing to just get up here and do this, and that's why I called you all here today to have this class, so I could do this. And then I wanted to represent my friends over here, because they've been so good to me. The PURADYME is so good to me. And so is Morocco Method, and so is Ricky Breslin. People that have been good to me. And when you take 6 months off and you're the guy, you're going to find out who your real friends are. And Doug and Jenna at the pharmacy have been good to me. Still load me up with herbs every time I see them. And I haven't done anything for them for 6 months. So you find out who your real friends are. And PURADYME is my real friends. And Morocco Method is my real friends, because they're just patiently waiting for Dan to become enlightened so he can be perfect, and then he can make videos. So there's just a lot that I've been working through, and it's funny, 6 months later, people are still, you know, half of it's still negativity. It's like, I haven't said a damn thing in 6 months, so that's a more reflection of them, you know. So it just takes a while for us to work this out with ourselves. And you don't want to be the person that's giving the other guy a hard time, because he's already struggling in ways you don't even know about. Everybody. This is being human. This is like real, man, because we got programmed to the hilt. Most of us are not like Sadhguru, who's just on point all the time, blissed out, because he got those brain chemicals in his head, because it all worked out. The rest of us, we just got to keep doing this thing and have those mentors, those people we look up to, like Jesus, and we want to be like that as much as we can. Or David Hawkins, who was just cool and crazy, or all these other great spiritual teachers. Sivananda is one of my favorites, and Yogananda inspired a lot of people. You know, all these different guys that were just men of God, who were just did good, you know, and just spoke the truth and could be authentic. And that's what we're all working towards in a world where, you know, it's all social media and stuff, and you don't really know what's what. But when it comes down to it, you got to go with your gut. How do you feel? Is this guy for real or what, you know? Or is this person for real, or what's his underlying intention? You know, my thing is to be like, if you can find your authentic self and live in that place and take the weight off your shoulders, because it's a heavy burden to bear. It really is. You know, when you are worried about what everyone else is thinking about you, because you just want them to like you. But that's what we do now, is we learn somehow, some way. I don't know what book you're going to read or where you're going to find it, but learning to love yourself just the way you are when the whole world turns its back on you. Not needing validation from anybody else, but being your own best friend. And those are just ideas right now that when all that comes to me, I will share. Here's the way to love yourself 100%. And be kind to yourself and gentle to yourself, so you don't need anything outside yourself because that'll cause the pain. And you become self-reliant, self-sufficient, independent being. And then you are such a blessing to those around you with the interdependency and the unity of human beings and human consciousness. So, for my YouTube viewers, my friends, whatever you are, you're just people to me. I don't even like it when they say, hey guys. I'm more like, hey, how are you doing? I want you to know that somewhere in the back of my head, I know that you're just one person or your family, and you're getting this stuff, and it's cool, but get that underlying message of my heart, you know. And so I could just rap on, because no amount of words, that is the frustration of the life regenerators, no amount of words that could ever express to you how grateful I am that you've supported me and been here and enjoyed this journey that I've been on. And I'm just getting started. The potential in each and every one of us is infinite. And as the sunshine of your heart burns brighter and brighter, it's just going to melt all those clouds away of darkness, shame, and grief and guilt. And I wish people liked me. And then just shine the light. Shine the light, find the light, love the light, serve the light, live the light, be the light, cultivate the light, give the light of life. I can say more, you know, religious terminology. I have my own way. I think of it, I use the words Christ consciousness a lot with my closer friends. Just being fully awake. And then the raw foods and the detox and the fasting and the loving and harmony with nature and harmony with God and harmony with each other. You know, those are just the stepping stones. And the purification on every level. So that's what it is. Purification on every level until the brightness of the bright light of the sun in your heart just shines eternally. And you become deathless, into the deathless, immortal state. Not in the body, but in the track that you leave this world and widen the path, you know. So I pray for courage, and anyone on YouTube, if you want to pray for me for courage, to just keep going straight ahead that way, because I think with another 70 some odd years on this planet, I might be able to continue to. Many people have said you've done good. And I hope today's class and this video series did you good in one way or another. And I hope that everyone here is blessed And I thank you all so, so much. Peace, harmony, unity. Amen.